Thank you. Well, baby boomers' time at the centre of policy debate may be coming to an end. The latest census data shows they're being matched in numbers by millennials for the first time ever. The Australian Bureau of Statistics is releasing the first tranche of data from the 2021 census today, and data shows that boomers and millennials are now tied. They each account for 21.5% of all residents. Population is also becoming less religious, the proportion of Christians dropping below 50% for the first time. 39% of Australians now identify as non-religious. That's up from 30% in 2016. And joining us live to talk about this is the Shadow Immigration Minister Dan Tehan. Dan, good to see you this morning. So you're still a millennial, aren't you? You're on the up with the rest of us.
I wish I was a millennial, Pete. Not quite, but it's great to see that they are making a significant contribution to the population of this nation, because it's obviously incredibly important that we have people of working age to support those baby boomers. And one of the other things I think that's really important out of this census data is it once again shows the importance of us getting our immigration policy right, because 28% of Australians were born overseas. Over 50% of Australians have one parent who was born overseas. So it's that significant contribution comes through that immigration has made to this nation, and making sure that we continue to get those policy settings right is going to be absolutely crucial for our ongoing future as a nation.
And interesting data that I found this morning too, Dan, is that there's so much more people, or so many more people coming from India, now at the top of the list.
There is, Pete, and once again, I think it shows there's real opportunities for us with our relationship with India. And one of the things, I'd say immediately to the Albanese government is we've got a free trade agreement with India, which has been signed, waiting to be ratified. There's nothing stopping that coming into force tomorrow, except that we need the Parliament back and we need action on it. And, there's a real opportunity for us to be able to cement that growing relationship with India. We've seen the importance of the Indian community here in Australia, the growing importance. We can use those strong people-to-people links through that FTA to really enhance the relationship between both countries. And it's just sitting there waiting for the government to act. And once again, I call on Don Farrell, the Trade Minister, get on with it, Don. We need this in force as soon as we possibly can.
OK, the Prime Minister, in the past few hours, he's touched down in Madrid. That's ahead of the NATO summit. What do you hope or expect would come out of that for Australia?
Well, what we want to see is a continuum of the policies that the previous government had put in place, making sure that NATO understands the importance of the role it can play in making sure we've got a free, open, peaceful and prosperous Indo-Pacific, making sure that those European countries understand that we need their engagement in the Indo-Pacific at this time to make sure that we keep the Indo-Pacific free and open. And I think that's the key message he needs to be delivering, and also the importance of their economic engagement as well. If you take France, for instance, they have an Indo-Pacific strategy. We have to make sure that they understand that their interests in the Indo-Pacific align with our interests, and we need to work together to make sure that they're enhanced, like NATO's do, like the European Union does. So we've got to make sure that we just continue that engagement that the previous government put in place to ensure that the Indo-Pacific is front and centre of Europe and of NATO.
OK, Anthony Albanese, he'll be heading from Madrid over to Paris to try and mend relations with the French President Emmanuel Macron. You talked about the French in our particular part of the world too there as well. How can we benefit from that, particularly in the Indo-Pacific?
Well, if France engages, they've obviously got territory in the Indo-Pacific. The more that they engage, the more that you have another democratic country reiterating the importance that the Indo-Pacific remains free, open, peaceful and prosperous, that there are rules which govern the Indo-Pacific for all, that all countries make a positive contribution to the security and the economic prosperity of the region. That's the message that needs to be relayed. That's the message that we've got to work together on, both France and Australia, Europe and Australia. And if we do that, obviously it sends a very important message to China and other countries that we want the rules there so that everyone benefits from them.
OK, Dan Tehan, we'll leave it there today, but thank you for your time this morning.